Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to some more roster reviews, and this is my last video with janky setup going home tomorrow. First review we got is Ozarkansas. They started in April 2023, so over 2.5 years on the account, 10.1 million GP. Said they were working on Bo-Katan as of the end of October. We already have like 2 months behind me on this last round of setups, and I've already gotten slow on getting to them. Said they prefer game modes that give crystals. I mean, yeah, who doesn't? They said they try to be free to play unless it's a good deal, meaning Lightspeed bundles. So let's see how much they've been wrecked by Lightspeed bundles. And I like that the guild is Anakin's childcare. That's pretty morbid. That's funny. For ships, they have Executor done. Nothing else at 10 million. No Profundity, no Leviathan. Let's see if they're working towards Leviathan. If you are close to unlocking Fury Class Interceptor and you have no progress, then that's not good. So this is good. This, to me, says they are clearly working on Leviathan because they have these ships farmed. These two are Cantina farms. So you kind of wait until you're really closer to the moment. So the moment of unlock. So, I mean, as long as Fury Class Interceptor is on the way, please be timing it out to try and get Leviathan as soon as you can. A lot of people don't do that. You know, I'm fine with that if they're the ones in my fleet shard or the people I'm facing in Grand Arena because you're worse off for not having it. A decent amount of work gone into this Home 1 fleet, which is good because it's actually a viable fleet. I guess they don't have Starkiller because they don't have Raven's Claw or Kyle Katarn at Relic 5. So let's see about that. I mean, he's a good use for like an Erodium token if you haven't used it already. Yeah, I mean, this is a good fleet. Galactic Republic has Marauder. So they got like all the decent fleets. And maybe they are working on Profundity. I don't know. They're not too far off. They've got a lot of the characters you need in Relics. But yeah, one of those big fleets or both, if they're on the horizon, that's great. Datacrons, look at everything before the main stuff. They didn't get too many Datacrons yet, so I don't know if you had any reroll mats, but if you did get one of the big shipments of 20,000 reroll mats, I recommend this being the set you kind of max out because it is well worth it. Actually, area units. Let's look at everything before normal characters. Not really doing too much with these area units. So right now on both my accounts, I have actually everyone at level 45. Go Tanks in my main account. And you can do that free to play. This is the big hurdle to get over. Getting Yoda and Chewie to level 30 gives everyone Master's Training. And then you can actually start progressing more. You need to get 40% on a tier 3 to get to that. And then that really just opens the gate. So just keep pushing forward with that. I mean, getting higher bracket in the Coliseum rewards, it always feels a little too late, but it's not always. I just keep trying to push up to get higher ranking in that Coliseum. GLs, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 GLs, as long as none are hidden. Yes, so we got the Skywalkers, Rey, Jabba, Slicker, Sith Eternal Emperor. So we're missing JMK and Lord Vader, and then Pirate King Hondo and Ahsoka. So like the Phase 3, Wave 3, and Wave 5 Galactic Legends. Which are the ones that really want like Conquest Lifters, except Hondo. I mean, he has a Conquest Lifter, but it's not really anything compared to like Cat with JMK or you know, Ezra with Ahsoka, even though he goes with Rey all the time too. But yeah. Whether it's worth it to go for one of those GLs next, I'm not sure. Out of those 4, I'd probably say Ahsoka, just because she has extra resource income now. And we'll see how close you are to that. We got Rey Darkside Vision, got Balin, got Obi-Wan Qui-Gon at Relic 9, which is good. Queen Amidala, so it has a decent supply of Conquest units. Is there Ezra? Let me see. No Ezra. So they're just a little bit behind on that Conquest units. Maybe Proving Grounds. We'll be rewarding them with Ezra pretty soon. Let's see. I can't remember if I saw Malchus yet. Dang, 7-star Gear 1 Malchus. That hurts me. definitely hurts me. A character like that, you should just be ready for when it's unlocked. Sivr is done. And I'm guessing Jedi Cal. It's probably Relic 7 for guild stuff. Oh, Baby Cal is just to unlock Sassy, yeah. Jedi faction's looking good. I mean, JMK would be an easy slot in. JMK or Ahsoka definitely next. Lord Vader's just a lot of extra stuff to farm. Although his team is used in the raid right now, I don't know. By the time you get them up and running, it might be time for the next raid at this point. Rebel faction, pretty maxed. Dang, Kyle Katarna's really left out there with all these. And Luthen, no, Luthen's so good. So, if you have Saul's Relic 1. It might have been that Rebel XP token. It's worth giving maybe a Kyle Katarn token, giving some gear to Luthen to build them up prior to a GL. So I would say work on all the teams you actually have in hand before you start like GL farming. Like Malika's going to be a good team. I'd say go for Starkiller 2. That's still really valuable for like a mid-game account that's in Rhodium or Chromium or low Rhodium 3. Yeah, Starkiller is going to be really helpful. And I definitely think Leviathan has to be the top priority for big farms. GLs, if you do get another GL, either Ahsoka or JMK. Let's see what else we have that we're not building up. So average is not farmed, I think that's okay. Luthen, I already talked about that. Torture Mouth Gideon, kind of worth easier to skip. Gungans, that's a team you could get up and running with just a bunch of R5 tokens to get Jar Jar, but when you do decide to go for them, maybe like work up 1 or 2 with gear, then the other 2 maybe with tokens when you get to it, but that's lower priority. Do you think Cal needs to be built up? Oh, Night Sister, do we have Great Mothers? We do because of Balin. Yeah, Relic 7. Yeah, no, this is looking good. I'd say one more good Night Sister to round out the team. I'd pick Night Sister Spirit for my small account. I think that's a good choice. Zetas? Oh, Great Mother's missing, but they did say they're working on Zetas. Anyway, I think most of the low-hanging fruit is taken on this account, so is already obtained on this account, so it's mainly just working towards a bunch of good teams for Grand Arena. And in Erodium 3, you definitely have a lot of room to climb. Kyber's going to be getting, like, even lower Kyber tiers as well within reach. You got a couple more good fleets. You should be able to sustain that. You're going to get more crystals. And honestly, one of the faster ways to do it is, it might be a little late for this era, but next era, maybe try to just pour more into the era units to get further along with the Relic 5s and stuff. But that won't help you with Zetas or anything. It's just kind of like, if you're strapped for Zetas and that's the big thing, I don't know, just really try to slow it down and maybe hoard some materials or something. Hey, we got Bane too, so that's nice. Let's look at mods. Death Trooper must be really slow to be down here. Slicker is fastest, which is good. Actually, I need to move my second screen, the laptop. 559. It's not terrible. It's not amazing. Good, there's lots of health. There's crit damage. So, I'm not... Well, if you have a speed set, this is a little slow. Yeah, so definitely work on this speed there. I didn't notice at first that was a speed set. I thought it might have been an offense set. That's pretty slow. Java, he's kind of like whatever. JML, that's great protection. Speed is okay. Not great, but it's okay. That's mainly what you want on him. Ray Relic 7 still feels a little low. I think Relic 8 for a GL like her. Relic 9 for JML is great. But for her, you want a lot of damage. And it's funny, like Relic 9 and 10 barely give any offense at all. It's like terrible. They give it a little bit more survivability. But Relic 8 is kind of the easy call to get someone like Ray too. That's great modding already for her. So you get her to R8. She's going to be just a step up. So that's an easy call. Slicker's also an easy call for R8. Leia R9, that's great. So that's like one priority, tanks to R9, but attacker, GLs to R8. That's extremely slow with Leia. That is not good. So you got a good bit of health, but you really need some more speed, not crit damage. She is not doing a lot of damage based on her crits. It's mostly based on her health, so this needs to be health primary. All health sets is good. Either all health sets or speed and health sets. I like speed and health sets. Make sure all health primaries, as much health percentage secondaries on these three pieces you can. The arrow, square, and diamond. So the Eternal is terrible. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. Why do you even have him? He needs a lot more survivability and a lot more speed. Like a lot. He's just bad right now. Oh. And he has all the Zeta, almost all the Zeta. So he's missing one. So maybe he's your most recent unlock, but he is bad. He is bad. Needs some immediate medical attention because he is so unhealthy. Drogon the fastest is a little bit of a head scratcher because, I mean, it does help him do more damage because Rey pulls back his turn meter. The more he has, the better, more damage he does, but it's still kind of iffy. Echo, not super compelling for fastest, especially if you have Master Qui-Gon really fast there for that Queen Amidala team, but he's not bad. Balin this fast relative to the roster. I also have my Balin pretty fast, so that's not bad. He removes turn meter from the other team or stuns them, so it's not bad. Piet is a little bit of an outdated speed priority in my opinion. He doesn't really need a ton of speed. Fifth, he's just naturally kind of fast, but if there's someone else that you want to give some good speed to, you can take some mods from him because I don't think he's that big a priority. Jhin, I think that's good. Morgan, I guess. Well, those great mothers. So I think if you're going for that super fast Great Mothers team, you want Great Mothers faster than Morgan. But since this is all like health and defense sets, I guess that's not bad. That's just pretty impressive. And it's all faster than Queen Amidala. I mean, it's not bad. Mods and speed. It's surprising what's kind of higher in a lot of cases. Cat, let me know what you're getting use out of Cat, or how much value you're getting out of Cat, because I also love Cat with that JMK or Rey. Well, you can put Cat with Rey, so never mind, that's great. Yeah, it's anything super deprioritized. This is not the right modding for Bane. You don't want speed and health. You want either pure health sets or offense and health. And you want a ton of health. This is a horse crap Bane. Honestly, you should just do a straight swap with another character. Find a character that has a lot of health and would like some protection, speed, and crit damage, and do a straight one-to-one swap. There's no mod on him worth keeping on him. Who else is really important? I'm almost done with this account. Probably should wrap it up. Been going a while. Treya, it's whatever. So Riva, it's kind of bad modding. This is a really low priority. Kind of like Bane, offense and health, and then a lot of health primaries. But yeah, that'll do it for this one. A lot going on, but I mean, a great base. It's kind of like fine tuning things. Work on those teams you already have. And definitely get those big GL ships, and that should really help. So thanks for letting me take a look. Next account we got is MysticMac. They recently got Leia, and they're trying to decide on another farm to work on. And this is a great account for me to review because they're right behind my GoTanks account in terms of size, 5.5 million GP. They're in Chromium 4, so a lot of room to grow. The good news is having Executor. Looks like the fleet climb is on lock. Just make sure you're fine-tuning those Leviathan counters and everything. I don't know. I mean, this is kind of weak fleets other than Executor. As long as you're able to handle Profundity or don't need to, then I guess that's fine. But well, there's actually not many ships, is it? Seems pretty low. Let me do Bounty Hunters first, just because they're important. I think, yeah, they all look fine. Galactic Republic. Marauder, weak as crap, so that's a little disappointing. But again, it's not the top priority if you're already doing well in fleet. So, the Galactic Republic fleet is just kind of weak. It looks like it was all Lightspeed token related. So that's, well, yeah, I think Negotiator was part of that. So that's a little lackluster. Revel, I saw Relic 7 Home 1, which is interesting. Yeah, I mean, the B-Wing team's good. If you have, I mean, level up the Raven's Claw if you have it unlocked and you have a Relic Kal-Katarn. I think a good starting lineup is Raven's Claw, B-Wing, then whatever you have, third, then, or B-Wing in the back. No, Raven's Claw, no, B-Wing is not starting. Let me rephrase that. Raven's Claw, I don't know, maybe Ghost since you have it, Rebel Y-Wing, I guess. Rebel B-Wing and the reinforcements, and if it's on defense, Han's Millennium Falcon can kind of come out after that too. But it's kind of like hit or miss. Datacron's not engaging too much. That's definitely hampering your Grand Arena progress. This is pretty good. So I hit level 45 recently on both accounts. So 40, 40, and 41 is not too bad. That's actually in striking distance of kind of climbing into the top 90, top 60. I'm able to get top 60 now with level 45, so that's 300 air currency a day, which is triple what I was getting before I started really focusing on it. So I think that's good. You just need to start getting like some 90% scores to get them to level 45. But yeah, bring them all up. I mean, Luke gets vulnerable on his mass assist at level 45, and that's really, really important. So I think he's probably first level 45, then Yoda and Chewie. And IG 90 at level 45 gets defense down on his basic, which helps. But anyway, now to the actual roster, building. So a lot of similarities I'm already kind of seeing with the GoTanks account, which is, you know, good. Padawan and Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon and Relic 7 with Obi-Wan Omicron. Great Mothers. I'm guessing Balin is getting worked on, which is great. That is probably what I'd recommend at this point, since they don't have Jabba yet, but they're already like close. So yeah, no, that's good. Really goes just American Shin to Relic 7. When you unlock him, you can run Bam and Dengar. There's no Starkiller on this account, so it's a little bit behind the 8-Ball, because I think that's a really valuable team to get. Who else is it you need? Thrawn. Relic 7. So yeah, Gear 12. I mean, he's the last one you do. Is the one you get the least out of, so it makes sense to push him back. Your Relic 7s, yeah, I think you need a 5th good Night Sister. This is clearly enough for Challenge Tier 3 if that Night Sister Assault Battle, so that's fine. Just for GAC purposes, I think you want Night Sister Spirit higher, at least 5. 7 is preferable. Because then you can have a 3v3 team with Enoch and then Great Mothers, which you need a damage dealer. I mean, you could do Marin, but yeah. See how Conquest units are going, which is largely Ufus. So Cal and Seer are not built up at all, but that's fine since I don't see Malicos. I don't see Cat. There's no Maul. So those are coming. Are you prepping for Leviathan? Oh no. That hurts a little bit, but I guess it's not mandatory. No Darth Revan. It's a little sad to see. Let's see Sith overall. I don't know. If you're getting at least Challenge Tier 2 done for the Sith one, I think that's fine. But I got Challenge Tier 3 done with Vestal Sean Fallen and Darth Revan in there. Palpatine, Vader, BSF, Darth Revan, Nihilus. And that's worthwhile to get. Just, I mean, the value's a little bit lower with the tokens out there, but you still get some signal data. I don't know. It's hard to say how much value those still have, but I do think they're important because it is added resource income on top of having a good team that you unlock to get it. Jedi, it hurts me a little to see Mace that low, but I don't know if I can wholeheartedly like just say, oh, you have to get him. Jabba definitely needs to be on the horizon. Yeah, so working on Jabba is good. So yeah, I mean, get Balin, then Jabba. I think easy call. Start prepping for Leviathan. See how many Fury class interceptor shards you have, and then plan out for that, because it's... Oh my gosh, this is no Sith at all. You really need to farm their ships. It's kind of like long term. I think was kind of... It's kind of iffy value at this point, starting at the end of 2024. So, I mean, this player did buy some Lightspeed bundles. They started close to a year after my GoText account did, but they're kind of catching up in terms of overall size. But just a few key things missing, like the Darth Revan and, you know, stuff like that. Yeah, I think those next farms, I think it's still a lot of low-hanging fruit. Balin, then Jabba. I definitely think Starkiller. Bo-Katan wouldn't be bad, but there's other things to work on. I think Darth Revan still, like, all you need are shards. So you just need to farm shards, and then it's like, like with how cheap these Gear 12 tokens are, you can just slap them on after you have the shards, like a couple key characters, and then you're gonna unlock and be fine. So I think Darth Revan definitely. Is there Jedi Revan? Jedi Revan is also one of those where he's really easy to unlock. So just get him. Add them to your farming slate. Just farming like the shards. I don't know if there's any like high star. Like Bastard Sean Fallen is honestly worth like one of those Erodium tokens, like 6-star Relic 5, because she's actually used. And then you get a lot of the stars done. But yeah, that's a lot of the low hanging fruit to get, and I think that definitely helps you out. In Grand Arena, that's prepping for Leviathan. And I mean, the Darth Revan and Malak and Bastille Sean Fallen have done so much for me in Grand Arena. It's just crazy. That's kind of like what you want to do for the foreseeable future. And then, you know, just making sure you're a little bit more insulated against Relic Delta's effects. BT1 is, and that's interesting. Are you working on Afra? I don't really love that, but it seems like you are. Yeah, like Palpatine, once you get Starkiller, would be one to bump up. Han for sure, and that's, of course, part of the Java farm. General Kenobi, huge low ball on him. Giant Anakin, Chewbacca. These droids. Do you have gas? I might not notice gas. You're so close to gas. If you don't have them already. Yeah, that's so close to gas. How do you not have him? Did you just forget to do his event? You should have him already unlocked. So yeah, gas is another one of those low-hanging fruits. Because there's the whole team to unlock him. Where is he? He should be had. Unless, okay, Padme, Shakti. No, yeah, you should have him. Could it be the Galactic Republic ships? No, like, you need to have gas. So yeah, work on him. He's good. Like, if you already have him, there's no reason not to work on him. Oh no, we're still just in Galactic Republic. Leia. I'm not hearing any sounds from the game. Okay, that was just a problem with my headphones. Speed and health. Yes, very good. That's pretty much all I need to see. Tons of health and really good speed. So that's great. Great Mother's, ooh, very fast. Well, relatively to the rest of the roster. 316 as a top speed. Non-GL's a little bit low. PI, I don't put huge emphasis anymore. Like, I thoroughly think he needs to be stripped of his best mods and given to more relevant characters. Morgan, I mean, this kind of lines up a Ahsoka counter with it. You need a better Night Sister Spirit for that, though. So, if you're not running that specifically, you don't need your best speed mods of Great Mothers and Morgan else, but because Great Mothers gets bonus turns like crazy, and Morgan mainly takes hits and gets a couple of good moves in now and then. Bosk, I mean, that's good modding for him. He has relatively lower value now, though. Captain Rex, I think that's a good setup for him. Enoch is okay there, I guess. This is good stats for Luke. Focus on offense and tenacity. So this one I wouldn't normally say, yeah, put protection on him, but it has 6.5% offense. I guess it doesn't hurt. He just has really bad base protection, so it's like, it's really crap. There's plenty of characters that have like a boatload of protection. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about him. Night Trooper, I mean, that's all fine. He's mainly like a damage dealer, not necessarily like speed demon. Drogon is a little weak. The modding. You need a lot of slice mats. Jabba will help with that once you get him. Really help. Start slicing more. I don't know. It's hard for me to know what to do on these mods because there's not a ton of like key. You need killer speed on them anymore. It's just like there's a lot of characters that are like good and you want overall solid modding on them. It's not just purely speed based. Some characters like Darth Revan, you really want a lot of speed, but you don't have Darth Revan. And I can't like sort by offense because even if it's not, I still sort by speed even knowing that, because if you sort by offense, characters, even if one character could be a better damage dealer than another and have like a lower base offense, it doesn't really work like that. They're all over the place in the relative spectrum, but speed is like constant for everyone. It's just like you have a little bit higher speed, you go. Like it's more or less an even distribution of speed. This is okay for Luke. Yeah, it's good offense. He's a little slow if you're going to use him somewhere else, but if you're going to use him as a lead, I guess it's not bad. Admiral Radis, Relic 3 with the Omicron. It's funny. I usually only see Radis at Relic 9. So maybe they are going for profundity. In that case, it's... Well, are they? Am I getting my accounts mixed up? Not really working on profundity, I don't think. But yeah. So, yeah, that's it. Still plenty of low-hanging fruit for this account. That'll be it for this one. Thank you for letting me take a look. Last account for today we got is Sivr. These have all been free reviews. You have options to do paid reviews if you want for $20 a piece to jump the line. And I can also do those privately for you if you don't want a video. I just did one of those for someone. I got back to them on Discord with stuff. So that's an option too. This player started about a little over a year and a half ago. They finished their Tarkin clones and they were doing Jedi Knight Calcessus for their guild. So they're very nice to their guild. 5.7 million GP. Said they want to finish all the passive income events. Very nice. Like Jabba. Oh, and Pirate King Hondo. Don't do Pirate King Hondo. Don't do Pirate King Hondo yet. Yeah, he's just... Maybe in a year you can think about it, but don't do him right now. Challenge Tier 3 is already completed on Force Moon, Secrets and Shadows, Military Might, and the Inquisitor one, and they're free to play. So we have a 5-star profundity here. Very well set up with ships at this GP. 6-star Executor, 5-star profundity. I hope to one-up that fairly soon in the next few months with Leviathan. But having two big galactic or GL level ships, very important. As long as you can take down other ships with other things we have, you could place one of those on defense. However, it doesn't look like there's any viable options for that. The rest of the ship or the fleets are weak. So I still think there's a place for your Galactic Republic fleet. For the Marauder and crew. Maybe give them some tokens. Because if you can master taking down Executor, Profundity, other Galactic Republic fleets with your Galactic Republic, that means you can set a fleet on defense. You set your Profundity probably at this point, and then bring Executor on offense, because people are having a harder time with Profundity than Executor now. Well, honestly, you look at each opponent. If they have Profundity, you can set Executor. If they don't, then you can set your Profundity. Or I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. But like, it would be good to put one of those in defense. Got nothing into the home one fleet, which is... I'm using mine. I don't know how effectively, even though I'm small. I think I think at least work on the Marauder and practice with the rest of your fleet. I don't know. There's a lot of... Maybe not. There's a lot of things to do there. Maybe you just have crap defense and bring Executor and Profundity on offense. I don't know. Datacrons. I like that you got the Boba Fett one and the Rex one. And, oh, definitely cashed in on those re-rolls. Very nice. This event was such a... Or this mess-up in Make Good was so nice for accounts like mine and like this, because you could just get perfect Datacrons, where otherwise it was like so expensive to build them up. I'm gonna have so many more of this set than I ever have of any other set on Go Tanks, and the same here. You can just get like pure crit damage. This is the right idea. He's got close to perfect rolls on all these. Like this crit chance should be re-rolled, but like everything else. I mean, someone was telling me that they wanted crit chance on their resistance, and I'll look at their account, see if they're working on resistance. But yeah, this player definitely took advantage of everything. So very nice era stuff, and then we'll get to the main stuff. Wow, ahead on this. This is getting you probably top 30, if not really close, with this. It's like if you had to be a complete shark free to play to do this without spending money, but it's possible. I wouldn't have believed that a little while ago, but I've been trying more myself. And it mainly is a lot of crystal packs for the leveling currency. And as long as you can get key thresholds like 40%, 90%, and then 100% on a tier, you can keep progressing. But this is really far along. So that's really helping get relic characters fast. 5.7 million GB. No Galactic Legends, though. 0. I don't know. I still say Leia. Well, if you already have all of your proving grounds done, you don't need to do Leia first. You do Jabba first. If you're having trouble with any proving grounds, which you very well could, I don't know what you're beating every proving ground with. If there are any proving grounds at all, any key ones that you're not doing well on, you can at least beat. Or if you're tired of manually playing ones you haven't 3-starred, get Leia. Otherwise, get Jabba. But this roster is really just like, this is like a hardcore assault battle, passive income, mercenary squad. We got Peridia, Night Trooper, Enoch at Relic 9. We got Padawan Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon at Relic 9. Raz for ships. We got Reva at Relic 8, so that's Inquisitors. So they said Military Might, Force Moon, Secrets and Shadows, Inquisitor 1. Do they have Great Mothers? No. Great Mothers. Great Mothers, definitely pick them up. Secrets and Shadows. No, Secrets and Shadows is Sith. Okay, so yeah, this one is no, Place of Power is Sith. Secrets and Shadows. No, Place of Power. I'm getting so mixed up. Yeah, Place of Power is Sith. Secrets and Shadows is Phoenix or Night Sisters. So I'm surprised I've gotten that done. This is definitely doable for Challenge Tier 3. It's, well, especially with the Relic Delta helping out. I think that it makes a huge difference. You do Palpatine, Vader, Nihilus Talon, and I guess Traya. So I buy that. Does Relic Delta really make the Night Sister one that much easier? Like, because this isn't a really coherent Night Sister team. I don't know. That's a little confusing. I mean, I think Balin's definitely worth picking up, but you already have the assault battles done. So there's Marok, and he's got his Omicron, but Shin isn't worked on at all, so it must have been worked on Merrick for just Inquisitors in TB? Or just Inquisitors generally. It's kind of unfortunate because it's like they're giving out Inquisitors to everyone at like year 13 with their Zetas for free. So if you worked on that, it's like recently, it's kind of a bummer. I'm surprised. Oh, how's Jedi? It's a very interesting account. No real good lead. So get Jedi Revan Or Jedi Knight, I mean, Jedi Knight Luke. You don't have to get Jedi Revan. I love Jedi Revan. But you can get Jedi Knight Luke to feed into Jabba, and that's actually a massive play for an account like this, because you're gonna vault yourself to finish. If you haven't done Challenge Tier 3 already, I mean, this is probably Challenge Tier 1 is easy enough. Challenge Tier 2, I don't know, maybe Relic Delta carries. But Challenge Tier 3, you probably need Luke, so you're gonna get some extra value there, and that's going into Jabba for those mods, which are extremely valuable and not really diluted at all by all this Relic Delta and tokens and everything, because you still need tons of mods. Their value and demand shouldn't really be going down. So Giant Luke into Jabba would be good. The other assault battles. Rebel Roundup is one. So that's Imperial Troopers and Bounty Hunters, which I'm not really keen on. This is possible for like a 2 and maybe a 3 if you bang your head against the wall for hours. I don't know, maybe this can do... It depends on the impact of Relic Delta. If you could do it with this, then that's great. But Jabba will also feed into that, so that's great. That's another passive event. But Jabba's still a little bit more low-hanging fruit than Pirate King Hondo. Pirate King Hondo, no one's accelerated yet. And since you have, like, I'm not saying never farm unaccelerated characters, but if, like, there's so much other good stuff for you to work on, like, that's probably the least efficient thing to do, unless you just can do a bunch of tokens, but I don't know if you can yet for these. Yeah, I'd say not Pirate King. Like, his event's similar to Jabba, and it would help you catch up on mods if they're really bad, but it's just, like, it's a longer road. I'd much rather say go for Ahsoka. But this account's super interesting. It's very weird. Like, pretty much anything that's in Relics is at least 5 or 7. A lot of them are 7. Like, there's probably more above Relic 7 than there are... There's clearly more above Relic 7 than there is below. A bunch of Gear 12s. Let's try to check on, like, Conquest units. If they have any coming in. Since this is so time-gated, I wouldn't expect it with 1.5 years. So I'm not seeing anything here like Cat or Maul or Malicos. Sith Empire. It's probably nothing. Yeah. I still think Darth Revan is valuable with Malik for his own sake. But I guess I get skipping the Revans. Especially if you just vaulting past with such high relics. I do think they're valuable. Yeah, Jabba, Balin. I mean, those are the easiest calls. I think Ahsoka's fine, but if you're far off from Ezra, that's not really a huge push. It's weird. I don't know exactly how to direct an account like this. It's so trippy. Because, like, I rarely see an account this size without a GL yet. But it's almost like over-focusing the other direction. Because I don't think GLs are the way to go necessarily for a lot of accounts farming-wise. But you still want them. So, I don't know. I think I don't know exactly how to give perfect advice for this account. Let's look at the mods. See how great they are. I feel like they're probably decent. Well, what league are they in? I forgot to take note of that. With no GL, it's kind of tough. Herodium 4. So same as Go Tanks. I mean, Reva's really good. So Radis is 359. That's very fast. And with his Focus Datacron, he is actually pretty good. I'm interested to see how much you can get out of him offensively in Herodium. That's Qui-Gon's pretty fast. Piet. I think he needs to be deprioritized a lot of times. Jin gonna be pretty good. I mean, a lot of these are characters I just care about speed on, so I'm not gonna like look into their mods. It's enough to know how far they are at. It's a good modding for Bosk. But Bosk has very limited value, honestly. dash, some damage, some speed, not much offense. I don't know. He wants more offense, but he's really not like the biggest emphasis. It is pretty good for Night Trooper. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, the clones are here. Tarkin. If you're a hardcore guild guy, Tarkin and Scorch R9, probably the easiest Relic 9 run. Yeah, ABCLS. That's good. Apo. I don't have it, since Apo and like these clones are newer characters, I don't have as good of a grip on like what the good number targets are, but this looks like a good amount of offense, discrete damage, speed. I think it's probably good. Rex, just kind of a generalist. This isn't great without sliced up mods, but that's what Jabba's for. You want a lot of extra mods sliced. So Obi-Wan looks good. No Queen Amidala yet, so these Relic 9 Queen's Guards are without a really proper home. Grand Inquisitor, he definitely needs a lot more work. Offense. Survivability is a big thing, because if you put him on defense, he's the one everyone's going for first. So on some survivability, he's got decent offense there, but overall not great. Treya, I think people have their trays a little too slow and don't care about their mining a little as much as they should, but you definitely want more health on Treya and a little bit more speed. Is anyone super neglected? Bam. I mean, this Bam isn't really doing much other than take his bonus turn, protect someone. I don't know. It's hard. Like I said, this account's really trippy. It's hard to like give advice for. But the mods overall definitely need some work, especially with slicing. I mean, some characters have everything sliced up and are good to go. Others are just kind of like languishing with a bunch of low dot mods. Like Grand Inquisitor's Relic 8, and he's got 2 Omicrons. He shouldn't have all 5 dot mods, so that it's a very clear path. Jedi Luke, farm up, get that assault battle done. Get Java, finish Rebel Roundup if you haven't already, and then get your Balin. Think about Ahsoka. Since you got Profundity and Executor, I don't know if you need to rush Leviathan, but it's something to think about. So that'll be it for this one. Thank you so much for letting me take a look, and thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time.